The small ship moved through the darkness of space. Inside, William Carter looked out the window at the stars. Earth was now just a tiny blue dot behind them. William was 53 years old with gray hair. His face showed years of work as a diplomat. He never thought he would speak for all humans to beings from other worlds. "Ambassador, we are getting close to the jump point," said Susan Park. Her eyes stayed on the control panel in front of her. "The aliens from Arcturus will meet us on the other side." William nodded. His stomach felt tight. 3 months ago, humans had found the first real signs of smart life from space. 2 weeks later, a strange ship appeared near Jupiter. The ship carried members of what they called the Galactic Council. This group had 27 different kinds of space-traveling beings. They ruled this part of the Milky Way. To everyone's surprise, Earth was asked to send someone to a council meeting. William, who had worked for years solving problems between countries, was the clear choice. "Jump in 30 seconds, said Captain Frank Rivera. The crew worked quickly. They got ready to use the new drive that had been added to their ship based on plans the aliens gave them. William held tight to a rail as the count reached 0. The stars outside blurred. Space bent. For a short moment, he felt like he was turned inside out. Then things went back to normal. A huge planet with rings was in front of them. Around it were bright stations and ships unlike any made by humans. "My God," William said quietly. A picture made of light appeared above the main control board. A being with shiny skin and 6 fingers on each hand showed up in the light. "Hello, Ambassador Carter. I am Liaison Zorax from Arcturus. Welcome to Nexus, station home of the Galactic Council. We have been waiting for you." William stepped off the ship onto the alien station. The air smelled like cinnamon and metal. The walls were smooth and seemed to glow with a soft light. Beings of all shapes moved through the wide halls. Some looked almost human. Others were so strange William could not tell which parts were heads or limbs. "This way, Ambassador," said Zorax. The alien moved with a smooth grace. "The council has set up rooms for you and your crew. You will speak to them tomorrow." The rooms were nice but plain. The bed was too long and narrow for a human, but it would work. William sat at a desk and looked at his notes. After the first contact, Earth's nations had come together in ways no one thought possible. Old fights were put aside. Everyone worked to make sure humans made a good first impression. "We have one chance to get this right," the president had told him before he left. "Show them the best of what we are." There was a soft sound at the door. When William opened it, he found a robot holding a tray of food and drinks. "Nutrition for Earth biology," the robot said in a flat voice. "Prepared based on data provided by your scientists." The food looked strange, but smelled good. William thanked the robot and took the tray. As he ate, he watched a screen on the wall showing scenes from around the station. Thousands of aliens from hundreds of worlds walked, slithered, or floated through grand halls and gardens. Some were having heated talks. Others seemed to be trading goods. A knock at the door came as William was finishing his meal. Captain Rivera stood there with Susan Park. "Sir, we've been talking to some of the station workers," Rivera said. His face looked worried. "I think tomorrow might be harder than we expected." "What do you mean?" William asked. Susan stepped forward. "The council didn't exactly invite us as equals. Some of them are saying Earth is too primitive to join them. They only agreed to hear us because a few members were curious." William frowned. "Did they say why they think we're primitive?" "They scan everything," Rivera said. "They've been watching our broadcasts, our internet. They know about our wars, our pollution, our problems. Some think we're dangerous. Others think we're just stupid children." William looked back at the screen on the wall. The beings there had technology humans could barely understand. They had solved problems Earth still struggled with. Maybe they were right. "Well," he said finally, "then we'll just have to change their minds." That night, William slept poorly. Dreams of strange worlds and judging eyes filled his mind. He woke early and put on his best suit. It was dark blue with a simple pin showing Earth on the chest. No medals or fancy decorations, Just clean, simple, and dignified. Zorax came to get him at what felt like morning. "The council meets in the Great Hall," the alien said. "You will have 15 minutes to speak. Try to make the most of it." They walked down long halls filled with art from 100 worlds. Some pieces moved on their own. Others seemed to sing or change colors as they passed. "How old is the council?" William asked as they walked. "The current form has existed for 12,000 years, Zorax replied. "But cooperation between the founding worlds goes back much further. 12,000 years. When the council began, humans were just learning to farm. They stopped before huge doors carved with symbols William couldn't read." Zorax turned to him. "Some on the council will not be kind," the alien said. "Do not take it personally. They treat all new species this way." "Thanks for the warning," William said. The doors opened, revealing a room bigger than any William had ever seen. Curved rows of seats rose up like a giant bowl. Each seat held a being from a different world. Some were in special tanks of liquid or gas. Others sat or stood in gravity fields different from the rest of the room. A path led down to a platform in the center. All eyes followed William as Zorax led him down. The weight of all those stairs made William's steps heavy, but he kept his head up and his back straight. Whatever happened next, he would face it with dignity. Zorax left him at the platform and moved to a seat nearby. A tall being with 4 arms and golden skin stood up from a central seat. "The Galactic Council recognizes William Carter of Earth," the golden being said, in a deep voice. "You may present your case for recognition." William stepped onto the platform. The lights grew brighter around him. The room fell silent. In this moment he spoke not just for himself, not just for his country, but for his entire species. He took a deep breath and began. William stood on the platform in the center of the huge room. Hundreds of alien eyes watched him. Some beings had more than 2 eyes. Others used parts that were not eyes to see. William felt very small. "Members of the Galactic Council," he began. His voice was steady and clear. "I bring greetings from Earth. We are honored by this chance to speak with you." He touched a small button on his wrist. A blue light appeared above the platform. It showed Earth spinning slowly. "This is our home. We call it Earth. It is the 3rd planet from our star. We have lived there for about 300,000 years. In that time, we have built cities, created art, made music, and learned about our world." The image changed to show humans working together to build a city. Then it showed great works of art and science. "We know we are young compared to your worlds. We have only been in space for less than 100 years. But we learn quickly, and we wish to join the community of space-traveling peoples." As William spoke, he noticed some of the aliens were talking to each other. A few made sounds that seemed like laughing. The golden being with 4 arms raised one hand. "Ambassador Carter," the being said, "I am High Counselor Dex. I must ask, does your species still fight wars among yourselves?" William paused. He had hoped this question would not come up so soon. "Yes," he said honestly. "We have conflicts, but we are working to solve them peacefully." More. Whispers and laughs spread through the room. A being that looked like a tall insect stood up. "Records show that humans have fought over 10,000 wars in their history," the insect being said. "The last global conflict ended only 80 years ago. Since then, there have been hundreds of smaller wars." William tried to speak, but another counselor cut in. This one was like a huge jellyfish floating in a tank of water. "Your people still burn fossil fuels," the jellyfish said. Its voice came through a speaker. "You poison your own air and water. Many of your animal species die out each year because of human actions." William felt his face grow hot. "We have made mistakes," he admitted, "but we are fixing them. Our use of clean energy grows every year. Many countries have strict laws to protect nature." "Too little, too late," said another counselor. This one looked almost human except for the purple skin and 3 eyes. "Our studies show Earth may face serious climate problems in the next 100 years. The golden counselor Dex spoke again. "Ambassador, We must also note that your world is still divided into nearly 200 separate nations. Most spacefaring species have united under one government long before they reach the stars. William looked around the room. The faces of the council showed different things. Some seemed angry. Some looked down on him. A few showed a bit of pity. None seemed friendly or welcoming. It seems, William said carefully, that you have been watching us for some time. Of course, said Dex. We monitor all developing worlds. In this sector, your internet has made it very easy to study your cultures. We have seen your movies, read your books, and followed your news. A short counselor with gray skin and large black eyes stood up. Your entertainment is filled with stories about aliens coming to harm humans. Your most popular movies show humans fighting and defeating beings from other worlds. You fear what is different. Those are just stories, William said. They don't show what we really think. Don't they? Asked the gray being. Stories show what people fear and hope for. Your stories show you expect the worst from the stars. William tried to get back to his planned speech. Earth has much to offer the Council. We have unique art, music, and ideas. Our scientists have made great progress in medicine and computer technology. A counselor that looked like a ball of green, gas in a special suit made a sound like a snort. Your most advanced computers are toys compared to ours. Your medical science is still struggling with diseases we cured thousands of years ago. The room filled with more laughs. William felt like he was back in school, being picked on by bullies. But he was not a child and he would not be treated like one. May I ask, he said loudly enough to quiet the room, why you invited Earth to send a representative if you think so little of us? The room grew silent. Dex looked at the other counselors before answering. There was a split decision, Dex said. Some believed it was too soon. Others thought waiting another century would be wiser. A few felt we should reach out now, before you develop further on your own. In the end, we decided to see what you would say. A counselor that looked like a bundle of thin purple vines raised what might have been a hand. Tell us, Ambassador, why should the Council accept Earth when you have so many problems to solve at home? William took a deep breath. This was not going as he had hoped, but he would not give up. No world is perfect, he said. I'm sure each of your worlds faced problems as they grew. We are working on ours. With help and guidance from the Council, we could solve them faster. So you want our technology to fix your mistakes? Asked the insect being. No, William said firmly. We want to learn and grow on our own, but we would welcome advice from those who have gone before us. And what would Earth offer in return? Asked Dex. All members of the Council contribute something of value. William thought for a moment. We offer new ideas, new ways of seeing things. Humans are good at finding different solutions to problems. We are creative and adaptable. Fine words, said the purple-skinned counselor. But all species say the same when they first reach for the stars. Dex raised all four of his hands and the room grew quiet. Ambassador Carter, we have heard enough to make our decision. The Council finds that Earth is not ready for membership or even associate status at this time. William felt his heart sink. He had failed. However, Dex continued, as is our custom, we will allow you a final statement before we conclude this matter. Please make it brief. William looked around the room one more time. These beings thought humans were violent, dirty, divided, and backward. Maybe they were right about some things, but they were wrong about what humans could become. He straightened his back and looked directly at Dex. If this was his last chance to speak for Earth, he would make it count. William stood quietly for a moment. The huge room was silent. All the alien eyes were on him. Some looked bored. Others seemed happy that Earth had been rejected. A few looked sad or sorry. William had one last chance to speak for Earth. He thought about all the people back home who were waiting to hear what happened. He thought about human history, with all its good and bad parts. Then he began to speak. High Counselor Dex, honored members of the Galactic Council, I have listened to your words about Earth. I agree with many of your points. We are a young species, we make mistakes, we fight with each other, we harm our planet. These things are true. Some of the counselors nodded. They thought William was giving up, but he was not done. "But there is something you have missed about humans," he continued. His voice grew stronger. "Something important that your studies and observations did not show you." William stepped forward on the platform. The blue light still showed Earth spinning slowly above him. 10,000 years ago, humans used stone tools and lived in small groups. 5,000 years ago, we built the first cities. 500 years ago, we started to understand science. 50 years ago, we took our first steps into space. He looked directly at Dex. "Each of your species grew at your own speed. Some took millions of years to reach space. Others were helped by existing space people. Yet you judge us by your current level, not by how fast we learn and grow." Whispers started in the room. Some counselors leaned forward to listen more closely. "You laugh at our divisions, but I see 27 different species here. Each keeps its own ways and identity. You mock our fights, but I have noticed the careful borders between your territories. You have not found perfect unity either. You have found a way to live together despite differences." William pointed to the image of Earth. "You say our art and stories are too simple because they show basic feelings instead of complex math. But feeling is what pushes us forward. It is why, despite all our flaws, we never stop trying to reach the stars." He lowered his voice, making the counselors lean in even more to hear him. "You say we are not ready. Maybe you are right. But being ready is not decided by what others think. It is proven by working hard when things are difficult." William opened his hand in a sign of friendship. "Earth does not come to the council begging to be accepted. We come offering to work with you. We bring new ways to look at old problems. We bring the strength of a species that has almost died out many times but always survived. We bring the variety of a world where thousands of cultures have risen, fallen, and changed each other." The council chamber was completely quiet now. "You may find us primitive, but think about this. In our short time, we have gone from praying to the stars to reaching them. What might we do if we work with you? What might we all become together?" William took a small bow. "The choice is yours, counselors. Turn us away if you must. But know this, we will come back. In 100 years or 1,000, humans will join the stars. We have faced bigger problems than your doubt." He stood straight and waited. No one spoke for a long time. Even those counselors who had laughed before were quiet now. Finally, Dex stood. "This meeting will take a break. The council needs to talk about what we have heard." The counselors left through doors around the room. William was led to a small waiting area by Zorax. "That was unexpected," Zorax said. "No species has spoken to the council that way before." "Did I make things worse?" William asked. "I do not know," Zorax answered. "But you made them think. That is no small thing." William sat in the waiting room for what felt like hours. Susan Park and Captain Rivera joined him. "We watched from a side room," Susan said. "Your speech was very good." "It might not matter," William replied. "They seem to have already made up their minds." "Maybe," Rivera said, "but at least you stood up for us. You showed them humans have pride and strength." A soft tone rang through the air. Zorax returned to the waiting room. "The council is ready," the alien said. "Please come back to the main room." William walked back into the huge council chamber. The counselors were all in their seats again. He could not read their alien faces to guess what they had decided. Dex stood in the center of the room now. William was asked to stand to one side of the platform. After much talk, Dex said, "The council has reached a new decision about Earth." William held his breath. While Earth does not meet our usual rules for council membership, Ambassador Carter's words have shown us something we did not fully see in human civilization, so we offer what we call provisional contact status. Sounds of surprise came from many counselors. This was not what they had expected. This will allow for sharing of culture and science, limited sharing of technology, and the right to watch future council meetings. Dex made a complex move with his 4 hands that many counselors copied. Earth has much to learn, but perhaps there are some things it might teach as well. William could hardly believe what he was hearing. It was not full membership, but it was far better than being rejected completely. It was a start. Does Earth accept these terms? Dex asked. William stepped forward. On behalf of Earth and all humans, I accept with thanks. We will work to prove your trust in us is not misplaced. Then it is done, Dex said. This meeting is over. As the counselors began to leave, many stopped to look at William with new interest. Some even came to talk to him briefly. The insect being that had criticized Earth's wars bent down to speak quietly. Your words were moving, it said. Perhaps we judged too quickly. The purple-skinned counselor came by next. You have fire, human. That is not always a bad thing. William thanked each one who spoke to him. Inside he felt both tired and happy. He had done what seemed impossible. He had changed the minds of beings from across the galaxy. As he walked out with Zorax, William asked, "What happens now?" "Now," Zorax said, "the real work begins. There will be meetings, agreements, and plans to make. The path ahead will not be easy." William smiled. Humans are good at doing things that are not easy. Behind them, the image of Earth still spun slowly. In the empty council room, no longer alone in the darkness of space. The days after the council meeting were very busy for William. Many aliens wanted to talk to him. Some were from the council. Others were from worlds that were not part of the council yet. They all had questions about Earth and humans. William sat in a meeting room with 5 different aliens. One looked like a tall tree with eyes on its branches. Another was a small furry being with 6 legs. The third was made of something like blue crystal. The fourth looked almost human but had skin that changed colors as it talked. The fifth floated in a bubble of special air. Is it true that humans have over 7,000 languages? Asked the tree being. Yes, William said, though many of these languages are spoken by only a few people now. Why so many? Asked the furry being. Wouldn't one language be more useful? Probably, William agreed. But each language shows a different way of seeing the world. Each one has words and ideas that others don't. We value that variety. The crystal being made a sound like bells ringing. Your speech to the council has been shared widely. Many are talking about it. Some agree with you. Others think the council was too soft. What do you think? William asked. I think, the crystal being said, that any species that goes from stone tools to space travel in 10,000 years is worth watching. The being in the bubble made sounds that William's translator turned into words. My people took 50,000 years to reach the same point. We are slow thinkers, but we think deeply. You humans seem to think quickly but not always deeply. That's a fair point, William said. We are working on that. The human-like alien, whose skin was now a thoughtful shade of blue, leaned forward. What will Earth do with this chance the Council has given you? William thought for a moment. Learn. Share. Grow. We will send teachers, students, artists, and scientists. We want to learn from all your worlds and share what we know. Even your warlike ways? Asked the tree being. We hope to learn better ways to solve problems without fighting, William said. But yes, humans know much about conflict. Sometimes that knowledge is useful, even for peaceful beings. Their talk went on for hours. William found that these aliens were not so different from humans in many ways. They cared about their homes, their families, and their futures. They just looked very different and had different ways of living. Later that day, William met with Zorax to learn more about what provisional contact status meant for Earth. The Council will send teachers to Earth, Zorax explained. They will help your scientists understand basic space technology. Nothing too advanced at first, just enough to make safer ships and better tools. And what will we need to do? William asked. Work together, Zorax said simply. The Council was most worried about how divided Earth is. You will need to show that humans can work as one people. William nodded. That would be hard, but not impossible. The first contact with aliens had already brought many countries closer together. "There is more," Zorak said. "Your speech to the council was sent back to Earth. It has been shown everywhere. People are very excited." William was surprised. "They sent my speech to Earth?" "Yes. All council meetings are shared with member worlds. As a provisional contact, Earth now gets these too." William wondered what people back home thought of his words. He hoped they were not disappointed. A call came in from the Harbinger, the ship that had brought William to the station. Captain Rivera's face appeared on a screen. "Sir, you won't believe what's happening," Rivera said. His face looked happy. "Your speech has gone everywhere on Earth. People love it. Countries that never worked together before are talking now. The United Nations has called for a new meeting to discuss forming a united Earth government." William could hardly believe. Is this a joke?" "No, sir," Rivera said. "You gave people hope. You showed them that humans can stand tall in the galaxy. The president sends her thanks. She said you made Earth proud." After the call ended, William sat quietly for a while. He had come to the council hoping for membership. He had not gotten that, but maybe he had gotten something more important, a reason for Earth to unite. The next day, a message came from High Counselor Dex. He wanted to meet with William alone. They met in a small garden on the station. Strange plants with purple and orange leaves grew around them. Small flying creatures that looked like tiny dragons moved from plant to plant. "Ambassador Carter," Dex said, "I wanted to speak with you before you return to Earth." "Of course," William said. "Thank you for meeting with me." Dex's golden skin shone in the light. "Your words in the council were unexpected. Most new species try to show how much like us they are. You showed how humans are different. And why? That might be valuable." "I just spoke the truth as I see it," William said. "That is rare in the council," Dex said. "Many speak, but few say what they really think." He paused. "I have a question that is not about Earth, but about you." "What is it?" William asked. "Why did you not get angry when the council mocked your world?" "Many would have." William thought about it. "I was angry," he admitted, "but showing anger would not have helped. I needed you to respect humans, not fear or dismiss us." Dex made a sound that might have been a laugh. "That is wise, wiser than many counselors who have served for centuries." He looked directly at William. "You should know that your provisional status is not just a small step, it is a test." "What kind of test?" "To see if humans are truly ready to join the wider community of worlds," Dex said. "I believe you are. Some of my fellow counselors need more proof. The next few years will be important for Earth's future in the galaxy." William nodded. "I understand. We will not waste this chance." "Good," Dex said. "Now about your return to Earth. We would like to send representatives back with you. Teachers, as Zorax explained, but also observers. They will help prepare Earth for more contact with other worlds." "They will be welcome," William said. "Though, some people may be afraid at first." "That is normal," Dex said. "Fear of the unknown is common to all thinking beings. The question is whether you let fear guide your actions, or overcome it with reason and hope." As they walked back through the station, aliens of many kinds stopped to look at William. Some nodded in respect. Others seemed simply curious. None laughed or mocked him now. William realized that in just a few days, the way these beings saw humans had started to change. And back on Earth, the way humans saw themselves was changing too. He could not wait to get home and help build the new future that was now possible. 1 month later, William stood on a stage in New York. The big room was filled with people from all countries of Earth. Leaders, scientists, teachers, and normal citizens all waited to hear him speak. Behind him sat 5 aliens from different worlds. They had come back with him to Earth as teachers and watchers. The trip home had taken only 3 days. The aliens had helped make the Harbinger's engines work better. What would have been a 3-month trip before was now much faster. "People of Earth," William began. His voice was sent to screens around the world. "I bring news from the stars. We are not alone, and we are not unwelcome." He told the story of his trip. He talked about the council meeting and how at first the aliens had looked down on humans. Then he explained how things had changed. The Galactic Council has given us a chance to join them, not as full members yet, but as friends and students. They call it provisional contact status. It means they will help us learn, and we will share what we know with them. A man stood up from the crowd. What do they want from us? To see if we are ready, William said. To see if we can work together, not just as separate countries, but as one world. A woman stood next. Why should we trust them? What if they want to take over Earth? One of the aliens, a tall blue being named Kelnar, stepped forward. William, let him answer. If we wanted to take your world, Kelnar said, we could have done so long before you knew we existed. We have watched Earth for over 100 years. We seek friends and trading partners, not slaves or land. More questions came. Some people were afraid. Others were excited. Most were simply curious about what this new future would be like. After the meeting, William met with the president and leaders from other big countries. They sat around a large table with maps and papers. The United Nations is changing, the president told him. We are creating a new group called the Earth Union. Each country will still rule itself, but the Union will speak for all humans to the rest of the galaxy. The Council will be pleased, William said. This is exactly what they hope to see. Not. Everyone is happy, said another leader. Some people fear the aliens. Others think we are moving too fast. William nodded. Change is always hard. But we cannot go back to the way things were. The door to the stars is open now. 6 months passed. Alien teachers worked with human scientists. Together they made better ships, new medicines, and cleaner ways to make power. The visitors were careful not to give humans technology they were not ready for. They shared basic things first, to help Earth clean up pollution and fix other problems. William traveled around the world, speaking to people about the new age that was coming. Most listened. Some did not want to hear. But step by step, Earth was changing. 1 year after his speech to the council, William returned to Nexus Station. This time he did not travel alone. With him were 20 humans, scientists, artists, teachers, and leaders from the New Earth Union. Zorax met them at the dock. Welcome back, Ambassador Carter. The council is eager to hear your report. The council chamber looked the same as before, but this time William did not stand alone on the platform. His fellow humans stood with him, and instead of laughter, the alien counselors watched with interest. High Counselor Dex opened the meeting. The council recognizes Ambassador Carter of Earth. You may present your progress report. William stepped forward. High Counselor, honored members of the council, Earth has changed much in 1 year. We have formed the Earth Union to work together on big problems. We have cleaned many of the worst pollution spots on our planet. We have learned much from your teachers. He showed pictures and videos of the changes. New cities built with clean energy, old enemies working together, schools where alien teachers helped humans learn about the galaxy. We still have far to go, William said honestly. Some still fight and fear. Some do not want to change. But most of Earth now looks to the stars with hope, not fear. We are becoming better day by day. Dex nodded. The council has read reports from our people on Earth. They speak well of human progress. It is more than we expected in so short a time. The purple-skinned counselor spoke next. Your music and art have been shared widely among our worlds. They are simple but touch something deep. Many find them moving. And your scientists learn quickly, said the insect being. Too quickly, some worry. William smiled. That is our way. We are always in a hurry, for better or worse. After more questions and answers, Dex raised his hands for quiet. The council has discussed Earth's status. We find your progress impressive for such a young species. While full membership must wait, we offer to upgrade your provisional contact. Status to associate member. Whispers of surprise ran through the room. William looked at his fellow humans, who nodded in agreement. We accept with thanks, William said. What does associate member mean? It means, Dex said, That Earth may send a permanent team to Nexus Station. You may trade with all Council worlds under fair rules. Your ships may visit any open port in Council space, and you may offer your ideas in Council debates, though you cannot vote yet. It was far more than William had hoped for after just 1 year. When might full membership be possible? He asked. That depends on Earth, Dex replied. For most worlds it takes at least 20 years as an associate. Some take 100. A few earn it in less. It depends on how you use this opportunity. As they left the council chamber, a small alien child from the world Proxima ran up to them. It gave a drawing to William. The picture showed a human hand and an alien hand reaching toward each other among the stars. My teacher showed us your speech, the child said. I want to visit Earth someday. William knelt down to the child's level. You will be welcome when you come, he said. That night, looking out at the stars from Nexus Station, William thought about how much had changed in just 1 year. From being mocked and rejected, to being accepted as partners. From Earth being alone to being part of a great community of worlds. The path ahead would not be easy. There would be hard days and problems to solve. Some on Earth still feared the aliens. Some in the Council still doubted humans. But the door was open now, and Earth had taken its first steps into a larger world. As human ships carried people to alien worlds and alien visitors came to Earth, the old borders between countries seemed less important. The old fights seemed smaller. With the whole galaxy to explore, the old divisions of Earth were starting to heal. William Carter, once just a diplomat from one country on a small blue planet, now stood as the voice of all humanity among the stars. And that voice, once mocked, now echoed across the galaxy, speaking of hope, unity, and the endless promise of tomorrow.